I am the majestic California condor.
I am an infant panda frantically fought for.
I am the tiger, a hunter so elegant.
I am a tusk cut from an elephant.
I am the Fiji-crested iguana.
I am our earth becoming a sauna.
I am our rivers, our streams.
I am our oceans and trees.
I am buffalo.
I'm the boto.
I'm the Yansky.
I'm a honeybee.
I'm in danger.
We are all in danger.
I am the soaring Sydney skyhawk.
I am an animal, and our earth, and I cannot talk. If a current disappearance of human races could represent all the displacements of other species past and present, we approximately wouldn't have any Chinese or Indians and are on the brink of losing all the Americans, including South and Canadians.
I'll be honest, we don't have the solution. We're just the catalyst, but I believe we can battle this. Because it doesn't have to be part of the human condition to destroy, just because we got the toys and the thought that we are not but the mightiest being on the earth. Hey, that's how God made us, so what's the fuss? Trash the planet. But if we do,
then I'm not the Marshallese bleeding, radioactive diseases.
Or their babies born as blobs, just globs of flesh.
I'm not Bangladesh facing natural disasters.
Or CO2 levels rising faster and faster.
I'm not the IPCC.
I'm not a member of humanity.
I'm not indigenous exploitation.
I'm not foreign infiltration.
I'm not globalization.
I'm not the market masquerading as salvation.
Definitely not the WTO.
And I'm not the things you should know. I'm the pack rat, the garbage man, the toxic slug, and the litter bug. I enjoy the taste of the LA smog, it's my type of fog. I don't bother to compute how much I pollute, cause I'm resolute in my laid-back lifestyle. I dump garbage into the Nile, cut down the Amazon until every creature will be gone. Till I can stand in a grand field of stumps and see the bumps of burial mounds for miles around. Do you understand my clear-cut plan?
We are not above ecology. Being environmentally friendly is being human friendly. Not everything can be commodified. Clean air shouldn't be something you gotta buy.
Cause I see environmentalists raising their fists. I get the gist of what you're saying to defend our lifestyle. But meanwhile, you still exist completely in this world.
I am being...
There are those with only wrists to raise because of chemical agents that still persist.
I am beating my chest in protest like the gorilla. This isn't Thriller, don't just throw up your hands, make a stand.
I am growling like the tiger over what happened in the Niger River Delta.
Where 9 were hung for oil. The government soiled by corporate greed, the inhuman need for this very substance, devaluing our very human existence. It's cryptic, this septic triptych of power, money, and foreign interest in a country holding its breath because it's forced to endure air that's impure. I'm sure white-collar American dollars funded those constricting collars.
We are the most invasive species this world has ever seen.
So don't just go green. We are all part of the scene we've collectively disrespected. We are connected to everything.
We are the earth, and so are you.
So help be a part of it.
Because you can't be apart from it. In the beginning, there was the Word. And the Word was poetry. Plant the seed to grow the tree to feed the planet so you don't have to slam it no more. If the Word was God, then the answer to Father's cancer would be disbelief. And the chief reaction to get some sort of satisfaction out of life would be to pray, to sit in solemn silence as his soul would have a dialogue with Father with a capital F, but you don't talk back. Well, I believe the disease clutching my father's lungs is from too many careless white sticks, not the tricks of the Holy Three, but the rhythm flicks of you and me, the divinity of poetry. And the Word was poetry. As the little boy forced his hand to his ear because he doesn't understand anything but the fear, yet he can hear all too clear. His father's fists falling in his mother's slender wrists as she's bawling and calling, "No, baby, no," which translates years later into their son's inadequacies of how to properly love a woman. Yeah, the Word was poetry. As the boy forced himself onto the girl as her innocence was hurled away, stripped away, ripped away, and the dream of a perfect day, a perfect man to take her in her arms and understand her, protect her from harm's way, and say the holy trinity of words, "I love you." The Word was poetry. In the backseat of a bust-up Volvo that he borrowed from his single mother as they gave in to the desires of each other. As the bully took a hit to the face and fully comprehend what place the scrawny kid got the courage from, poetry. As he got to one knee to plead with the smallest circle to keep their family's broken circle together. Poetry. It was poetry, Dad. Poetry handled the things that it needed to bring, laid the cards down on the table, and was able to put the cigarette out after my first drag. Poetry, that old hag that kept my head cool. Poetry is he's pushing needle of vein, waiting for the toxins to hit his brain. Poetry, that's the starving kid of the working class family. Poetry, that's the gunshot in the back alley. Poetry, that's all the problems in the world. But poetry can do something about it. Give your body an awareness to make you want to move something about it. The Holy Trinity, the most divine divinity of you, me, and poetry. Words at my fingertips with ink-stained lips. The word was poetry.
How can watching one little girl get torn by 3 big dicks possibly be sexy? It isn't. It's sick. When I first heard the phrase, no pain, no gain, or pain before pleasure, I never expected to see it manifested as suffocation, mutilation, domination, forced masturbation with glass bottles and baseball bats, because that's not what the saying means. When a girl screams, but it sounds like a moan through the panties stuffed in her mouth, or you make her pray on her knees because she's not devout, because girls don't worship pricks, it is twisted. Do you really think that's being a man for her to handle her in a manner worse than you treat an animal? I thought when someone's choking, one's got to give her the Heimlich maneuver, not move her head further down your shaft so you can pop off like snapping a Snapple cap off as you fuck her voice box, which, by the way, is trying to say stop. I bet you never heard the word prolapsed. Just think ass inside out, but that damage lasts, and you won't see it, but it's done to some of those bums you've watched bouncing, some guy pouncing, pounding that behind like Optimus Prime getting beat by the bad guy, and there's no Shia LaBeouf to save that muff. So, if the essence of sex is now violence, then make me celibate. And I'll celebrate my love in better ways. Yet, we've accredited one too many fetishes to individual fantasy, but failed to see the multi-billion-dollar industry behind the scenes making more than all of our professional sports teams put together. They're pushing these extremes, this brutality to create new markets, and we give them a hand, maybe just out of curiosity, but that's no excuse for you to sit complacently watching videos like Chitty Chitty Gang Bang. Where did the idea that sex should be painful, that all girls want anal come from? The industry sponsored this uncanny interest. Even granny fucking can be found on the internet. And let me tell you, I've seen 8 too many years of a gray bush. While we're at this, let's debate the myth of internet interracial relationships. Not every single white mother needs 2 black brothers to pleasure her. Let's talk about how not every old creepy white guy plays naked twister with 2 sisters, or how since Asian chicks are extra tight, they need 5 dicks, 3 dildos, and a fist up in their shit. I'd rather have a girl blow my mind than my dick. Because you can stick your prick in any chick to get off, but not every girl can rock your world with her words. There should be no amount you can pay for the loss of a woman's dignity, the sanctity of her body gone forever for your, let's be generous, 5 minutes of pleasure. So ladies, when you walk into a job interview and some guy tries to tell you to undress first, take your purse and walk the fuck out. I don't doubt you need the money or the job, but gargling his knob or letting that slob pet you won't make anyone respect you.